welcome to my first video. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below with any suggestions you may have, and I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy. As you guys can probably tell, I did my brows off camera. If you guys want a video that's more in depth of how I do my brows, just let me know down below. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is the Fortune Color Pop palette. I feel like this palette was honestly so underrated, and I would have never known about it if my friend hadn't gotten it for me for my birthday. But it literally is so bomb for like an everyday use palette. I just do a really standard look, but first I'm going to go ahead and carve out my brows, and then we will continue the eyeshadow look. Next I'm going to be using the ABH Clear Brow Gel just to put my brows in place. And the days that I use just like a pencil for my brows, if I want them really soft, if I'm not doing an eye look, this brow gel, oh my gosh, it's so bomb. Like, I don't know what I would do without it. I just got it too, and I'm like, what was I doing without it? I've tried so many other drugstore brands, but I have to say that Anastasia Beverly Hills knows what they're doing when it comes to brows. They can take my coin all they want because they're not playing games when it comes to a bomb brow. And I want to try that new product that they just came out with for brows. That looks really interesting to me. It looks like you can do a more natural brow with it. I want to try it out so bad. So if you guys want to see a video of me reviewing that product and trying it out, let me know down below, because I do want to try it out. So the first color that I'm going to go into with this palette is the color Wiser, and I'm just taking a fluffy brush. I ordered these brushes off of Amazon, and honestly they're so bomb. Just do circular motions with this color into my crease and just a little bit above my crease. I have hooded eyes, as you probably have noticed, so I kind of have to tend to bring the colors up just a little bit higher so that way it deepens my hood. But it's all a matter of preference and eye shape for everyone. So I'm just going to tap off all the excess off that brush, and I'm going to blend out the edges at the very top and just kind of like bring the edges up. And I'm not going to go into too much detail with the eyes today because this is supposed to be more of like an everyday look. So for the next color that I'm going to go into, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go into gonna go into Rich. Honestly, I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced Richie or Rich, but it's this burnt orange color, and I'm gonna take it on a Morphe M514 brush. I love this brush for getting the little details inside of the crease, especially for my eye shape. The other thing I like about this palette is it's very buildable. I mean, the colors come on a little bit soft at first, but I like that it does, especially when I'm going for a more everyday look, because girl, we ain't trying to pop out too much. I'm just gonna go back again with the brush that I used to pick up Wiser, and I'm just gonna blend those two together really fast. Just soften up those edges again. Okay. Now normally I would prefer cutting the crease, but for today, since I'm going for something more natural, something fast and easy, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my finger, and I'm gonna spray a little bit of the Mario Badescu, the Rose Water toner. Is it a toner? I think it's a toner. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put color right here on my finger. They're so pretty. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz. And then I'm just gonna pat, pat, pat. When I apply shimmers, I recommend, in my own experience, that you do patting and then a little bit of like swiping, I guess, because that way the color diffuses much more nicely. With this type of look, we're not going all precise with it. We're just keeping it more natural. I'm just gonna deepen this up a little bit with the color 500, and I'm gonna take Morphe 149 brush. And I'm going to focus that on the outer V. And I'm just gonna pack that, and then I always pack and then I blend it out with the brush that I've used in my crease. I feel like it helps blend everything a lot better than if I were to just blend out with that brush, because it's so thin at the top that it becomes almost chalky and does not blend out well. Next, I'm gonna do just a little bit of liner. You know what? Instead of liner, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this really dark purple called Strike It, and I'm gonna take it on the Morphe 432 brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just stamp that color right on my lash line. Sorry to pop in here, y'all, but I just noticed that my eyelash band was not glued on properly when looking back at the footage. I just want to say sorry in advance for that. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so I went ahead and did lashes off camera because my camera needed to charge for a bit. So the lashes that I use, I'll link down below. I got them off of Wish, and they're honestly one of my favorites. I know they're super dramatic. But I was like, today is the day to go big or go home. I'll link those down below. But of course, you can use just mascara or some way less dramatic lashes for this look. But so I'm gonna go ahead and start on my face, which is like the main focus of this video, which is something that's been requested by a lot of people. So I do have a couple of products, like I said before, in here that aren't drugstore, but for the most part, I feel like they're products that you can get around. It's just the primer and the blush that I use aren't drugstore. But so for the primer, I use the Becca Shimmering Liquid Skin Perfector and Champagne Pop, and then I mix this with the Makeup Forever Step 1 sometimes. Today I'm just going to use, I use the other one, I mix with the other one only if it's going to be like a long day for me out and about, but today I'm just kind of chilling. But I love like the dewiness that it brings underneath the skin, and it gives that really beautiful glow to the skin using this primer. I love it so much. And technically I don't even know if this is considered a primer, but I love it for a primer. This stuff, honestly, it is not the cheapest thing, but it works really beautifully on the skin, and it lasts a long time. A little bit goes a long ways. Sorry, it's like all over everything right now. I have to find like a little container to put it in because I will not let this baby go to waste. So I just go ahead and blend that in. So the next step that I do after that is I kind of let it set for just a little bit. And then the foundations that I love to use for drugstore is the NYX. I mix the shades Natural and Light Ivory together. I love this foundation, it's really buildable. What I find really important when blending out the foundation is making sure when you are blending it out to go down and up and down and up. I feel like a lot of people tend to just kind of go all over the face and not really focus on making sure each little line is seamlessly blended. And then the foundation, it can dry and it leaves those little creases and it doesn't look like a smooth application. It's just like when you're prepping the eyes, you know, you have to have a really great base and smooth base if you want a seamless eyeshadow application. And make sure you get all over the neck. Here. Another thing that I wanted to point out too is, I'll make another video on it, but for my like skincare routine, that plays an important role on your foundation application, because you know, if you're not taking care of your skin, you know, it's not going to be smooth, it's not going to be well prepped, ready for foundation, it's going to be cakey, and it's going to be dry in certain areas. But I will just have a video on my skincare routine. For the most part, my ride or die product that I feel like does the job of making my skin really smooth is drugstore, and it's a good investment. Yeah, but I'll do a separate video on that. I know that I talked about this baby, the Makeup Revolution. I use that for my concealer, and honestly I only highlight and conceal under my eyes because I don't want my forehead looking any bigger than it already is, okay? So I just use my beauty blender sponge. What I found works best for me for setting powder is definitely the loose powder. I know that a lot of people, they don't like to use loose powder all over the face, but in my opinion, I feel like loose powder really sets into those little pores that are not cute, and I feel like people just kind of kick it on and they're like, oh, I don't like it. But it's because I feel like a lot of people don't know that a little goes a very long way, and spray is the secret. Spraying is honestly the secret to getting a flawless face. So, you know, funny story, I actually use the Mario Badescu spray for my setting spray, and it's because for the longest time I was like, oh, this is a setting spray, and I didn't know that it was like a toner. It was just like a facial mist. It wasn't a setting spray. But ever since like I found out that it's just like a facial mist, I've just used it. Like, it's honestly worked amazing for me. I mean, it helps me get really nice, flawless looking skin. And it's really affordable. I mean, it's a huge bottle. Like, I think a huge bottle like this, it's 8 ounces. I think it's only like $15. But yeah, a little fun trick. So I would invest in that, y'all, if you get the opportunity to. And plus, it smells so bomb. I know a lot of people don't like the smell of rose, but to me it smells amazing. But yeah, so that's like my big secret. But yeah, that and loose powder. So for the loose powder, For under my eyes, I kind of use a mixture of things, but honestly, for the longest time, I have always used the Fit Me powder in the shade Fair Light. But recently I've switched it up a bit, and I like to highlight under my eyes more now. So I mix the RCMA powder, and I also mix the Ben Nye Fair Translucent powder as well together, because I feel like even though the RCMA powder says that it doesn't really have flashback, but it's white, and I feel like white always still tends to have just the slightest bit. So I feel like adding that fair color into it really kind of helps with that flashback, because it gives it that color that it needs, and the two together work so beautifully. But for all over the face, I use the Fit Me powder, and I mix the Fit Me with the Fair Ben Nye powder. Oh, I just really, sorry, let me grab my little mirror. I press this into the skin, like press, not lightly, because I'm not really trying to bake. I'm just trying to set and get this powder into every little pore. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mix the Ben Nye powder and the Fit Me powder. Just put it here. It's filling all over my leg, which is great. Yeah, because also I feel like the Fair is a little bit too light, and then the Ben Nye powder is a little too light. And the Fit Me tends to be just a little bit too yellow. So again, I'm just going to press that into the skin. A little bit goes a long way. And what I mean by a little bit is I literally do a little pat in here. And then I tap it, and it's like that much for like a big portion of my face. So I'm just, for contouring, I use an angled brush like this. I don't know the name of it. And then I'm going to use the Anastasia contour kit. I'm going to go in with the middle shade and the light contour palette, and just very lightly use that. And I really like to build when it comes to contour. I don't like to go too crazy on like every. This is where I really make sure that it's super light when I do the forehead, because forehead can get really dark really fast. And then just a little bit underneath the chin to really give you that oomph. See that? Oomph. Bye bye baby, double chin. I know it looks like I'm trying to put a lot, but honestly I have just the tiniest little bit of product on my brush right now. I keep tapping off a lot of the excess. And then I just do a little bit on the sides of my nose. I don't really do do a whole lot of nose contour. I'm kind of scared of it. I don't like to go too harsh. It's definitely something that I need to work on, but yeah. So I just take the littlest bit and I just, you know, on the sides, because I do like to have a little bit of a noise. So this step is so crucial to getting that glowy skin. Like I said before, this spray, you're just gonna spray all over your face. And make sure that's a good distance away, because the only thing about this spray is if you spray too close, it can really spurt at you and leave little patches. See, like right here, it kind of has a little bit of a patch. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and fill that back in. Anywhere that has like a little patch like that, just go ahead and fill it in with the excess of your beauty blender. And then let that set for a second. Then it's time for highlight. And highlight, oh my gosh. This palette is probably so underrated. I keep saying that about a lot of things, but this palette was never really talked about. I just stumbled upon it. I was like, I need like to try a new highlighter. I need something good, you know. I want to try something different. And so I stumbled upon this one. It's the Makeup Revolution Self X palette. And it is so bomb. It looks so creamy on the skin. It does not look glittery. It's creamy. I do a little bit here, but not a lot, because it can make you look old, and I'm not trying to have that today. And I do a little bit of eyebrow. And then the brow bone. And down the bridge. And I leave a little empty space right here. And then my favorite is the chin. Oh my gosh, the chin gives me life. So my camera is running low on space. So I had to hurry and finish. So I'm going to be using the NARS Unlawful Blush. I use it on like an angle brush. This came in the set that was from Amazon. It's honestly so nice blush application. And then I go ahead and I spray my face one more time. Okay. And then lastly but not least, I use the NYX Liquid Lingerie in Push Up. This is my Ride or Die nude lipstick. I recommend that every single one of you have this liquid lipstick in your life. And that, y'all, is a completed look